Now, a team of British scientists are spending the winter on a small research boat in frozen water off the coast of Greenland. After one of the warmest Arctic summers ever recorded, their work monitoring glaciers is a vital part of a global effort to measure how this fragile region is changing. Change that is thought to be having a profound effect on the Earth's climate. In the first of two reports, our science editor Tom Clark travelled to the remote town of Uummannaq to join the team studying an area warming faster than anyone predicted.
Ice. 80% of Greenland is covered in it. A tenth of all the world's fresh water is held in this ice cap. If you're looking for somewhere to blame for this summer's weird weather, what's happening here would be a good place to start. It's only when you stand on the Greenland ice cap you get a sense of how unimaginably big it really is. A continuous sheet of ice 6 times the size of Britain and 2 miles deep. For a long time the view was it was simply too big to melt. Well, not anymore.
This summer, mid-July, the entire ice sheet was melting. I mean, that's completely unprecedented. And what we're seeing at the margins is the amount of meltwater coming in, the very warm ocean currents that are starting to access up these fjords and undermine these glaciers, means that they're literally falling apart at the edges.
Welcome aboard.
But how fast? And what will it mean? It's something Dr. Hubbard's research team are going to extraordinary lengths to find out. We joined them and 2 huskies on their floating laboratory. It's a 1970 sailboat refitted to cope with the freezing Arctic conditions and ice. How's it look?
Yeah, it's okay, I think. There's a lead afterwards. And this stuff is quite loose.
Soon we're surrounded by it. Chunks shed from carving glaciers. They bump along the hull as we approach the team's objective. The Store Glacier, 3 miles wide and sliding into the sea ever faster as temperatures rise. Right now we're drifting through icebergs that have dropped off the front of this vast glacier. And what you can see is only part of it. There's about 100 metres of ice there, but beneath the water the glacier extends another 500 metres below the ocean. So when this monster gives birth to a new iceberg, you don't want to be anywhere near it. As all this ice melts into the ocean, it's helping change our climate system. And our weather back home is linked to what's happening up here.
So we have 3 different profiles, from the surface to 500 meter depth.
Something French oceanographer Pascaline Bourgain is helping to get to the bottom of.
A melting ice cap in Greenland will have a huge impact on sea level rise at a worldwide scale. And also this huge amount of fresh water, which is released by the glacier, will slightly decrease the salinity of the surface water in the ocean. And this could affect a worldwide circulation, which brings warmth and salt everywhere in the world.
These giant ocean currents move heat around our planet. Already changes in ocean temperature here in the Arctic have been implicated in this year's US drought and potentially our washout summer. It's possible these glaciers could stabilise, but they may well have reached a point at which their melting can only accelerate. On this rocky island opposite the glacier, they're measuring vital signs.
This is our automatic weather station. It's one of 2 we have set up in the area. We also have tide gauges set up on the right side of the fjord here, and down here and on the other side. And they're to look at what's happening in terms of calving and waves that come across the fjord. And so we've just come here to pick up the data from this lot, and hopefully it's been recording well, and it will carry on doing that throughout the winter with a bit of luck.
From a cliff above, time-lapse cameras follow the glacier as it carves into the sea, a record of just how much new fresh water is entering our climate system. Sonar images taken from the boat are used to visualise the bulk beneath the waves. The focus is on this glacier because it's one of the largest, flowing directly from Greenland's icy interior. If speeding glaciers drained it completely, in coming centuries, global sea levels could rise 6 to 7 meters.
And I think what we're seeing at the moment is the amount of mass being lost from the Greenland ice sheet means that sea level rise will accelerate, and I think it will be a problem. Maybe not our generation, but for sure our kids' generation.
As winter and darkness returns to Greenland, the crew are preparing to spend it on board, frozen into this remote fjord. With temperatures 30 degrees below freezing, they'll make some of the first detailed measurements of this glacier in winter, at a time when we need them most.
Our science editor Tom Clark, and tomorrow night you can see his second report from Greenland, the loss of traditions, but also the opportunities a warming Arctic is bringing.